Everybody talks about selling their Amazon businesses, and for the most part, that's great. But what do you do if you haven't set your Amazon business up to sell it? In this video, I'm going to show you how to sell it even when you've set it up incorrectly.
Oh, next we've got So this is Lauren Hawksworth. Lovely, lovely Lauren. So Lauren, as you can see, is selling her Amazon business. Now you are welcome. I will put the link for her business in the chat. I've got zero compensation sent to all for that, and you can just go and chat to her yourself to do that, all right? But it begs the question, what's the best way to sell a business that has been set up incorrectly? So let me talk you through that. So first thing I'm going to say is this. Number one thing, if you set up your business correctly, so vip.rawlocal.com.au home, AOE raw resources and cool stuff at the top just there, click on that, watch that ducks in a row. Like literally it's the very first video that you watch within the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. That tells you how to set everything up so that you set your business up properly, meaning PTY Ltd company, if you can afford to do that. Everything in the company name, virtual office, everything setting up properly. Domain name, not using a personal email address, business debit card versus personal credit card, that kind of stuff, all right? So given that you do that properly and you set your company up properly, then the easiest way to sell an Amazon business is simply to transfer the ownership of the shares from yourself to your new owner, make the new owner the director, boom, you're done, all right? That is the easiest way to transfer ownership of an Amazon business because according to Amazon, you cannot transfer your Seller Central account. Now, there are some extraordinary cases where they will let you do that, but for most mere mortals, they will not let you transfer the ownership of an Amazon account. Instead, what they want you to do is to start a new Amazon account and then take the stock out of Amazon and put it back in under your new account, which of course means you lose all those lovely, lovely reviews and all that sales history, sales data, blah, 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 blah. That all goes, all right, which sucks. Who would you want that? So much, much better to do it properly. However, if you haven't done things properly and you still want to sell your Amazon business, what is your next best thing? Well, your next best thing is actually to buy the rights to the product and then hijack the product. All right, so this is a little bit weird, so stick with me. But let's supposing you were wanting to buy this particular product from this particular business from somebody, but you wanted to retain all the sales data and stuff like that. Pretty much the easiest way to do it so that you retain all the sales history, retain all the data, yada, 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 all stays close, is to hijack the listing, all right? So let's talk about that one first, and I've got another one for you afterwards. So hijack the listing, meaning you just come in here, and it says here, have one to sell. You just say, yes, I'm gonna start selling this product, and you start selling the product as well. The original owner stops selling the product, you start selling the product, you are now, for all intents and purposes, the owner of that listing on Amazon, okay? That's, for all intents and purposes, a very, very simple way of approaching that. Now, clearly, there are some problems with that. I'm not saying there aren't. the best situation is to buy the controlling company that controls the Seller Central account, that has the brand name, the trademark, blah, de, blah, de, blah. That is best. But this is second best, I reckon, anyway. So if I was doing it, that's a very, very simple way to go about doing it so that you retain everything about the business, reviews, sales data, all that kind of shit, all right? And then what you would do, so that's one way. And then a third way of doing it is to get the owner of the Seller Central account to make you a user of the Seller Central account, to register a company that sounds very, very similar to the existing company that owned the Seller Central account, set up a bank account, get access to the Seller Central account by, I don't know if you guys know how to do that, but through settings. It's not on this particular one because I've not got the user permissions, and then user permissions, okay? User permissions. They add you to the account as an admin. For all intents and purposes, you've taken over that account. You set up a new bank account, you get Amazon to pay you into the new bank account, and that's another way of doing it, all right? But both of those two are fudgers. They're not the optimum way. The optimum way is to start properly with a company that you can then transfer ownership of that company to somebody else. And as far as Amazon's concerned, same company, different owner. That's the best way, without a doubt, all right? So, but that's an easy way of doing it. If you're interested in Lauren's business, you now know what to do. You now know what to do. All right, so any questions on that? Want to have a little slurp of my water, my cup of tea? Is there a list of what each EBIT value is system? So how do I value an Amazon business? Man. Well, simply put, you would typically value a business based upon 3 times the profits before tax of the business. That's very, very simply put how you go about valuing an Amazon business. However, and it's a big however, that is absolutely open to the purchaser of the business and their utility and reason for buying the business. Absolutely open for that. Because if you've got a business that's got shitloads of reviewers, like where's Lauren's business? Oh, I've closed the link. But if you've got a business that's got shitloads of reviewers and great sales history and a good product line, you would absolutely value that higher because it's got history, it's got a lot of reviewers, all the work's been done for you, you know what I mean? So you'd value it higher. It's a very tricky question to answer because there's so many variables to it. Like for instance, I paid 10 times EBIT for a business once because I wanted their customers. So I didn't really give a rat's ass about their products. I wanted their customers because I had another business that I owned that I knew if I could get access to their customers, this target company that I was acquiring, I would be able to sell all of the products that I had in the company that I was an owner of to that particular customer list and make a fortune. So the price multiple therefore was a lot higher because I had a plan and I was happy to pay more. And yeah, but 3 times EBIT is a good place to start. And then of course it's whatever will somebody pay for the business, that's how much a business is worth. But that's a good place to start. Anyway, hope that helps. Hi, I'm Neil-Asher from the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, and we've helped over 2,000 people right here in Australia start their very own profitable Amazon business and go from 0 to over $50 million in sales and growing on Amazon right here in Australia. We're the largest community of online sellers anywhere in Australia, and you can find out more at AussieOnlineEntrepreneurs.com.au.